All right, Fit Successful Mom community, happy Wednesday. I hope you all had a beautiful and amazing family-filled 4th of July, whether you celebrated it on the weekend or if you did last night, or maybe you're like us and did a little bit of both. I hope you all had a happy 4th for my U.S. friends and Canada Day for my Canada friends. I'm excited to bring this topic to you all today because I feel between you ladies here in this group and the ladies that we coach in our VIP community that are actually in coaching programs with us all need this topic. We all need to understand a little bit more of the food choices we make and how they feel, how they affect our bodies, but how they also affect our brains. So say hi first if you're hopping on live. I'd love to know who's here. I got the comments over here, so if I keep you looking in this direction, I love to keep up with your comments. So I really highly I love for you guys to conversate back to me in the comments as I'm chatting about this, because your food, one of my most favorite things to say, and if you're in my VIP community or if you've ever done any of our challenges or master classes that have anything to do with food, my favorite part is to really hone in and help women understand our food is our instructions on how we're going to feel and function every day, okay? And when we learn and educate ourselves a little bit more on like what foods affect me positively and what foods affect me negatively, well, then it helps you have better choices, have better vitality, better energy, better overall health, right? But also if you're on a weight loss journey, it's going to help you with that as well. And so I would love to know, before I get into the topic, hey, what is up, you guys? I see y'all saying hi. I'm so glad that y'all are here. Hey, Stacy, Melissa, Stephanie. You guys, I would like to first I want you to put the word instructions in the comments. Some of you guys that have followed me for a little while or been a part of anything we've ever done, you already know this, but I want it to drive into your head. The food choices we make dictate how we're going to feel each day. And so when we look at food more as our instructions, everything changes. Okay. And I know it takes time to grasp it all. Okay. So after what I'm going to share with you guys today, I don't expect you to go just be perfect from here on out, because nobody's perfect. And we're all going to make those choices some days where maybe I'm eating food that doesn't make me feel so good. Right. But again, it's all about educating yourself, right? I want to really educate you all today on, I'm not going to educate you on every single piece of food that's going to make you feel crappy, right? But I'm going to highlight the most important ones. Why? Because if I give you a list of 20 things, well, then you're going to leave here just more confused than before you started, right? Like, because we're all that way. Good morning, or I guess it's really afternoon, Salita. So today's topic is know the foods that negatively affect your mind, your mood, your mental clarity, and what foods actually do the opposite and help you benefit and more energy, less fatigue, more brain function, right? Because again, your food are your instructions. So if you're just hopping on and you haven't yet, type out the word instructions in the comments, because it's the thing that I want you to leave here. If you leave with nothing else from this training today, I really want you to leave here with knowing, okay, the food choices I make, that's the instructions I give myself daily, right? So if I skip meals or I eat like crap or, go through drive-through, 3 days a week or whatever the case may be, you're very likely to be tired, fatigued, maybe even a little moody, and having trouble with brain fog. Okay. So I want to ask you now in the comments, what actually intrigued you to be here on this training today? Like, do you suffer from like brain fog every day? Or are you constantly tired? Or are you on a weight loss journey? Because if you're on a weight loss journey, everything that I'm going to share with you today is definitely going to benefit your weight loss journey, right? And I know a lot of y'all are coaching with us as well too. So I know what your goals are. And if you're coaching with us and you're tracking your macros, today's training is going to be very beneficial to you, because you can also hit your macros by eating processed foods, by eating out a lot, right? You can hit your numbers, but if it's now we're going to take this to a whole nother step, right? If you're hitting your macros, that's phenomenal, right? Now we want to dissect, and this will take you to that whole next level, right? If my weight isn't coming off fast enough, or if I'm tired, all the time, I'm hitting my macros, Angela, but what's going on? Coach Anita, Coach Lori, like, what's going on? Then I want you to look at the quality of your food. Like, how often are you eating out? I know we as coaches sometimes will look at food logs and we're not getting the results we want, right? But the macros look good. The numbers look good. However, they're eating out, daily. Maybe sometimes it's even multiple times a day. Now, that's not normal, to be honest with you, with the ladies we coach, but it happens once in a while. And this is where today's training is going to come into you, right? So, I see y'all's comments. So let's see. Selena, I need some food ideas and incorporate the best ones. Brain fog, inflammation is and is that inflammation talk still available? Yeah, absolutely. So Stephanie, any training that we've done inside this community, especially the one on inflammation, like it's in the guide section, you can actually go find any replays. I can go after this and also tag you in it. Inflammation is a big deal, and what we put in our bodies can cause inflammation. Inflammation is caused by so many different things. So definitely go check out that training. We also have, inside of our programs, we have a couple recipes that help reduce inflammation, including one of our teas that goes with our detox meal plan, or a lot of us are also taking a product called Gold. I can send you some info. If product is more of what you're looking for, put product in the comments. I can, or just reach out to Coach Anita or Coach Lori or me. We can all help you. It's a drink that we all love and actually tastes really good that helps fight inflammation. But again, food is your instructions, okay? That's like bold, pinpoint, that number one. Okay, and so if you're struggling with energy, I love that, Salita. Gold is amazing. I'm so glad to hear that for you. Food and energy. Okay, so what does it boil down to? If you want to go back and look a little bit more about the science behind things, to have sustained energy, okay, with no crashes, to have sustained energy so you feel good, you've got energy, your brain is focused, and your brain is functioning the way you want it to not feel like you want to crash in the middle of the day and take a nap. What does that really even mean? It's mean you're feeding your body and you've got the right things inside or going on the inside where you're actually what? You're maintaining your blood sugar levels. Okay, so if you've got blood sugar, diabetes, or anything that really focuses on your blood sugar, your food is a big piece of this, right? Because fatigue, crashes, feeling exhausted and brain fog a lot of times also has to do with the fatigues. A lot of times has to do with your blood sugar levels. They're spiking, they're crashing, all the things. And all of those are directly related to what food we put in our mouth. Okay. So, try not to go too nerdy and sciencey behind this, because I really want you guys to take away some steps you guys can start making, or some things you can start looking for, right? So one of the top foods, ladies, one of the top foods that's going to cause a lot of inflammation in your body, that's going to cause your brain to be like foggy, that's going to cause your energy to crash, that's going to cause you to not feel so great, and it's going to very likely keep you from losing weight if you're eating this in an excessive amount, is really processed foods, right? Because highly processed food contains a ton of additives, preservatives, unhealthy fats, okay? Because I'm going to talk about healthy fats in a minute, which all of these things I can't even talk. All of these things can contribute to inflammation in your body that is causing you to be exhausted, tired, okay? Examples include like packaged snacks, packaged meals. Ladies, I say this a lot, but I can't say it enough. The pre-packaged heat and eat kind of meals in the freezer section that claim to be healthy choice are not healthy. Why? They might meet a certain macro, they've got good amounts of protein and things in there, but here's where it takes your macro journey to a whole nother level. It's full of crap. It's full of processed foods that are damaging you internally. And I hate to say, and it's just, I know me, Coach Anita and Coach Larry feel very passionate about educating women on this. Why? Because the healthy choice things in the freezer section are not healthy. They're actually some of the worst labels that you can read out there, and causing so much inflammation in your body that is triggering you to be tired, exhausted, moody. Some people, it's, the foods that you eat, including sugar, tons of caffeine, little things like that can also trigger things like anxiety. So who am I speaking here today? Am I resonating with? Who struggles with anxiety? Who struggles with inflammation, right? I'd love to know in the comments. Put both if you struggle with both, right? And again, if you're in a place you're like, I'm talking about nutrition today. We also have a mindset challenge coming up on July 17th that I'm going to share with you guys today. Our next 5 days to a fat loss mindset challenge starts on the 17th of July. So if you're struggling with mindset around food, around fitness, around your whole journey, all those things, then put challenge in the comments because I want to send you the info. I'd love to have you in it. It's 5 days and it's the most impactful 5 days that we do. If you're in a place you're like, I need product, like Salita said in here, she drinks the gold drink that we drink. It is designed to help regulate blood sugar levels, help with insulin sensitivities, and reduce inflammation. Okay, so put product in the comments. We can share that with you. But again, processed foods. Let's go back to the food. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. Let's talk about food. Processed foods, you guys. Our fast food, our sugary cereals, our pre-packaged foods that say all you got to do is heat it and eat me. Those are the biggest red flags. Those are the biggest red flags, okay? Because we're just feeding our body with unhealthy things, right? Now, I get it. They're also convenient. Some of them, not all of them, can make things a little bit more affordable, right? But it just boils down to like, how do you want to feel every day? How do we want to function every single day, right? Like, and when I ask that question, I don't know anybody that ever tells me like, I just want to be tired every day, Angela. I want to be moody and I want to be unhappy. Like, I've never, ever in my entire life been told that. So processed foods is number one of the big things that's going to affect you negatively. Sugar. Woo, put sugar in the comments. I want you guys to hear this one. Sugar, excessive amounts of sugar. Okay. I'm not talking about fruits. Okay. I'm talking about high fructose. I am struggling with talking today for some reason. I think I need water. High fructose corn syrup. These are things, think of sodas, sweets, desserts. Again, processed foods falls under that category, right? Because there's a lot of sugar, alcohol, and all types of things in those things. All of them create, again, you're going to hear this word a lot today, inflammation. Why? Because when you're tired and you're fatigued and you're exhausted, guess what? Your body is inflamed like crazy, including your brain, right? And so we've got to get that inflammation down. How do we get that inflammation down? Yes, we can drink a drink, but at the same time, take it to another level and change what you're putting in your body food-wise. You can promote, the sugar crashes. How many of you guys have ever crashed, okay, from eating sugar? Put crashed in the comments. Like, who has it? Probably all of us have. I know around the holidays or certain events, sometimes I will go a little overboard on sugar, and I'm not someone I don't usually eat a lot of sugar unless it's good, all natural sugars from fruits, right? But every time I do, I crash. I feel exhausted. I feel moody. I want to go to sleep, right? So someone's at my door. So hold on one second while I'm answering it, while I'm still going to talk. But I want to know in the comments, like, how many of you guys have ever crashed? Put crashed in the comments. So, hey, Grandma. There's Grandma. Hi, Grandma. I'll be out there in a minute. So I want to know who crashed. Yep, I see it. Crashed. I crashed. Stephanie, you crashed. So the first thing that I want you to do, so the next time you crash, the next time you feel exhausted, tired, moody, don't all of a sudden go into that mode of thinking something's wrong with me, right? Or maybe, I've got issues, something's going on, or I need to go straight to caffeine. I need to go to, I take a supplement that helps me, and it does have caffeine in it, but you guys, that's usually the first place we tend to go. I want you to ask yourself the next time that you feel tired, you crash, you feel fatigue, brain fog, I want you to ask two questions. What have I eaten recently? Okay, what is the last few things that I've eaten? Okay, and dissect, okay, maybe that's why I'm tired. Or next thing, maybe I'm exhausted because I haven't eaten at all. Okay. How many of you guys can honestly say, like, I will skip meals until the afternoon just because I'm either too tired, I just don't feel like it, I'm not hungry, or I just get so freaking busy that I forget to eat, right? It happens way more than we like to admit, right? I used to do it. I used to do it all the time. When my son was younger, and just a whole different part of my journey, right? And then the second thing, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a little bit, I want to ask you the next time you crash, you feel exhausted, you feel moody, you feel fatigued, you have no brain power going on up here, nothing's working up here. I want you to ask you, how's your hydration? When's the last time you drank water? Sometimes those little things can creep up, right? So again, sugar is one of them. We already talked about processed foods. We talked about sugar. Now trans fats, okay? Trans fats is number 3 on the list. And what does that even mean? I don't want you to go into the science of all the different kinds of fats and carbs and all the things, right? Excuse me for all the moving around today. But trans fats, okay, this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about fried foods, Baked goods. How many of you guys like baked goods? I'm a cinnamon roll girl. I love them, but I avoid them. I avoid them because I don't have a lot of, I avoid them. I'll even make them sometimes for my kids, but I just don't eat them. Not because I don't like them. I love them. I eat all of them. I just don't like how I feel after I eat them. Right? So when I say trans fats, these are things, again, that are going to increase inflammation in your body, cause you to be tired, brain fog, fatigue, and these things will negatively affect your weight loss journey, right? Why? Because you're inflamed. It's going to keep your body from working in the way that it needs to. Trans fats, guys, just think about fried foods, baked goods, donuts, again, processed snacks, all of these things create it, right? The next one is white carbs. I'm just going to call it white carbs, right? White carbs. Just write the word, just type that in the comments if you're able to type. White carbs. Why? Are they bad? I'm just educating you today on what causes inflammation. I don't like to say bad, good, all the other, right? Because it's just an education on how you feel, right? So I'm going to say white carbs. So think of white bread, white rice, white pasta. Why are they white? I want you to ask yourself this, right? Like we do anything whole wheat. We have whole wheat bread in the house. We have whole wheat pasta. A lot of times gluten-free pasta. We don't have like sensitivities or allergies to gluten per se. However, I do like better how I feel when I have gluten-free stuff. But the whites, you guys, because those foods are stripped from a lot of the fiber and the nutrients that you need from the whole grain. And they can also cause inflammation and blood sugar spikes, okay? Blood sugar spike, I'm energy, and then boom, blood sugar crash, okay? So yeah, white carbs. I'm going to talk about artificial sweeteners in just a second, Stephanie. What a great question. Great question. I'm a fan of, like, you've got to hydrate your body. If you have to use artificial like flavorings, then use them. Try to stay away from like aspartame and sucralose. Those are two of the worst that do cause inflammation in your body. So again, think about white carbs. Try to go with whole grain. If you're going to do like pastas, breads, rices, try to stay away from the white as much as possible. I'm not saying you can never have it. Okay. So please don't take this video as like, oh my God, I can never eat this. I can't eat that. Yeah. And then as soon as you start telling yourself that I can't eat this, I can't eat that, you're going to want it so bad. So don't program your brain like that, okay? Another thing that causes inflammation, fatigue, exhaustion is excessive amounts of alcohol, okay? So do you go out and have your cocktail? I know a lot of people that did on the 4th of July. We probably would have had some drinks at the lake yesterday, but my son hasn't been feeling well. He's been running a low-grade fever. Pretty sure it's his 6-year molars coming in. But therefore, God had other plans for us to hang low and have fun, right, at the house. But I'm talking about excessive amounts, you guys. I'm not talking about like a wine glass here and there, right? But I know a lot of people that do excessive. Causes inflammation, disrupts your sleep patterns, leads to fatigue and all the things, okay? Processed meats. I want to talk about your meats for a second. Because I know we as coaches really preach protein, okay? You need your protein. Okay, it's a huge part of success when it comes to fat loss, building muscle, losing weight, but also keeping it off, right? But the education on this piece, you guys, is try to go with all things fresh if you possibly can. Red meats can cause inflammation, but I think everybody's different on that. Like, I don't eat a lot of red meat, mostly because it upsets my stomach. Ever since I was pregnant with my son, for some reason, red meat, if it's ground beef, like, just doesn't agree with me. I don't know why. But I'm going to eat me a steak once in a while. Like, I'm not telling you can't have red meat, but red meat has been known to cause inflammation in your body. So I'm not saying don't have it. Maybe limit it a little bit. Like, don't be, if you're struggling with any of these things that I'm talking about, maybe take it away for like a few days or a week and just see how you feel. It may not even affect you in a negative way, right? Everybody's different, right? But processed meats is more of what I want to talk about, right? Processed meats like sausage. I like sausage. We have it once in a while. Sausage, hot dogs, deli meats. Those, again, they're processed. So they have additives and preservatives that, again, can cause inflammation, which AKA leads to fatigue, okay? Dairy is another one that makes the list, you guys. Dairy, how many of you guys are have to go dairy free? Like, we don't have to. We do choose to in a lot of things. Actually, when we found out he was diagnosed with autism, that was one of the first things that we cut out, because a lot of the dairy, gut-brain axis, okay, everything that goes in your gut, everything put in your body also leads to how your brain functions. It's all connected. Your gut is the stem of every single thing that's going on in your body, in your mind, in your mood, in your anxiety, and all the things. You guys, sugar can also lead to heightened anxiety. Okay, sugary foods, a lot of I already talked about the blood sugar levels, but the anxiety is also a big thing when it comes to sugar. Your mood, depression, little things like that, right? But sorry, I just totally went on a tangent. But what I'm talking about here is dairy. Not everyone has to get rid of dairy. Okay. I personally, Salita, I love Greek yogurt. I actually have Greek yogurt every day. I think it's a matter of each person, right? And I'm talking about going from regular milk to like almond milk. That's what we did with my son. He liked milk almost every day. And then we switched him over to almond milk. And then we took away, tried to find like dairy-free mac and cheese. Does not taste good. I'll tell you that right now. We tried that with him and none of us liked it. Actually, we were like, okay, we might just limit mac and cheese altogether. We do still get the gluten-free kind, but the dairy-free is nasty. If anybody has any suggestions on a good one, please let me know. But dairy, you guys, some people are sensitive to dairy and some people are not. You may be able to eat all the dairy in the world, and some people we've recognized, even those that go through our program or our Jumpstart Detox program, there's no dairy in it. So when they're out without it, they feel phenomenal. They lose an average of 2 inches in those 2 weeks of the detox plan. And they also do lose an average of 6 pounds in those 2 weeks of inflammation, bloat, and a start of weight loss, of course, of fat loss. But dairy can be a known one, like milk, cheese, ice cream, little things like that. So, Lita, keep doing the Greek yogurt. Unless it negatively affects you, I wouldn't take that out. I love that as a great protein snack. Okay. So again, just to recap, foods that cause inflammation in your body, which leads to fatigue, brain fog, not feeling good, having mood issues, being tired, processed anything. Okay. Anything processed when it comes to drive-through, sugary cereals, prepackaged meals, anything that just says, mama, just put it in the oven, turn it on and go, right? Or the microwave more so. Like, even listen, like from experience, like a lot of these things I've also learned just from doing it myself and making a lot of mistakes, you guys. We even went vegan for a little while. I was just supporting my husband. I had really no desire to do it, but I really wanted to support him because he wanted to do it back when, it was just a popular thing at the moment. Anyways, we tried it. I totally didn't like how I felt long-term at all. But where we fell into the trap of the meatless meat that's in the freezer section. Guys, it's just processed meat, what it is. It's processed foods that cause a lot of inflammation in my body, especially more than his. And it took me quite a few steps backwards, especially with the muscle gain. I love it. Stephanie, you're dairy-free, had breast cancer 5 years ago, went on tamoxifen, is that how you say it, after treatment, and have been dairy-free ever since. Dairy is a big no-no for me. I love drinking Blue Diamond vanilla. That's the same almond milk we drink. Same thing. Yeah, Marietta, I would just be careful with the meatless crumbles. Same thing. It's the crumbles. Again, I'd have to read the label on it, but most of them they are processed meats, unfortunately. Now, again, what I'm saying here today isn't like you can't ever have it. Like, just be educated on it. Be aware of like how you feel after you eat it, so that you know, like, is my body okay eating this? And if it's okay eating it, like, definitely think moderation. Not something that I would want to eat every day because it is processed. So just be aware of it, right? So I'll send it to you if the meal plan is not working. I've updated a couple of my links, so it might be an issue on my end. I'll go double check that. But okay, so again, the foods that you'd want to try to stay away or limit. Okay, let's just say limit. Processed anything, sugar, high fructose corn syrup. If it's on the label, put it back on the shelf. Trans fats, just think anything fried. fried food, baked goods, pastries, donuts, you guys. Donuts at the donut store. I'm on my husband about that all the time because he likes his donuts. He likes to stop by there. And it's just what I told him I was going to ban him from it the other day. He's like, don't ban me. All good. I can't do stuff like that, or I will just feel bad. I don't want to feel bad anymore, right? Think of white. Stay away from the white bread, pastas, rices. Try to go more whole grain, okay? And if you have to stay away from gluten because you have a gluten sensitivity, then by all means stay gluten-free. Like, gluten is something that we try to limit. We don't avoid it totally altogether, but I have a sister who has celiac that literally needs to totally stay away from gluten. So if she's going to eat at my house, we go gluten-free. And I have zero problem doing it because I know I feel better whenever I do it. It is a high inflammation food. It doesn't mean everybody needs to go without it. However, do it, try it, see how you feel. If you like how you feel, then there you go. There's your answer. Limit alcohol, limit processed meats, you guys. And again, I want to hone in on this, right? Because we coach with macros. Anybody that coaches with us, we give you some macros. We help you get them, and we help you stay consistent with them, right? But when it comes to macros, you can fill up your macros with to-go food and out to eat food and, all the deli meat in the world. And I'm not saying never do deli meat because we do it occasionally. Just know that it is processed. It's going to create some inflammation. You might feel bloat. You might feel discomfort. It might affect if you're going to the bathroom regularly or not. It might cause you to hold water weight. It might cause you to just not feel that great. It might cause you to be tired. It might cause you to have brain fog. It might cause you to be a little bit moody. And then the last thing on that list, and then I have another list of what are good foods to eat. Okay, I'm going to talk about that as well too. So hang with me. I know this training was going to be a little longer, but it's all worth it, I promise, because the more education you have on the food choices that you make, the better it's going to be. And if you're in our VIP group, Salita, I know you were asking about meal plan ideas. I'm going to start I've actually got a couple already that I'm going to share in there. I'm going to start putting some sample meal plans based on some different macros in our VIP group. So you guys can take those, use them as you want, or get some ideas from it. So if you're coaching with us, just know that that's coming. And if you're interested in obviously coaching, put coaching in the comments or just send me a private message and we can chat about what we have. And then again, our 5-day challenge starts on the 17th. We'd love to have you in it. So artificial sweeteners is one of the other things. And that was a question, Stephanie, you asked. But artificial sweeteners such as aspartame, sucralose are some of the worst, right? So read your labels on anything that has a label, right? Because even protein bars can be packed in them. Like Quest protein bars are one of my favorites, right? But there's certain flavors that use more sucralose. And then there's other ones that have stevia. Stevia is always my choice. So I hope that answers your question, Stephanie. Stevia is what I look for and hope for that it's in my products. But artificial sweeteners are in diet sodas, ladies. Some of us that are soda drinkers, the diet isn't necessarily better for you, just FYI. It just has other negative effects, right? Sugar-free snacks, low-calorie products, those can potentially have these artificial sweeteners in them. That even though it says low sugar, low calorie, sugar-free snacks, right? What they're not telling you is the artificial sweetener that they use to make it sweet, it causes more damage. I'd rather just go with the real deal. It's again, it can cause you to be tired and fatigued. So, so I love it. Thank you as well, Stephanie. If you've got more questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to answer them. And if you're in a place you're like, oh, that sounds great, Angela, but I'm already overwhelmed because I've known this, I've read this before, I've been educated on this before, but I'm still struggling, then I would highly suggest to just put coaching in the comments. Even if you choose absolutely not to coach with us, it's okay. We're still going to love you and pour into you in this community, but we get on a call. Just get on a call and have a conversation at least to understand it and know it. We've got multiple options. Or at minimum, sign up for our 5-day to fat loss mindset challenge. It's only $37 to join the challenge. It starts on the 17th. It's 5 full days of us pouring into you, helping you shift your mindset around food, around fitness, around nutrition, around your daily life. Like how in the world do I manage my time, Angela, and do all these things that you're telling me to do? Like, it just doesn't feel reasonable. It doesn't feel like it's possible. We will definitely, we break through your mind barriers in that challenge, while we also give you some resources to help you lay out your food for the day and pick some choices of fitness to start moving your body and incorporating some things. But then we also, I will totally be transparent inside that. 5-day challenge, we do also give away a program. And I don't know which one we're going to give away yet. Sometimes it's the 6 month, sometimes it's our 6-week intro program that we have. We usually give one away based on how much you're showing up in the challenge. And then we do also usually offer some special deals and incentives with discounts and things in there. So at minimum, get in the challenge, get in there, see what we have to offer. And we pitch it, we share it with everybody and anybody. So Stephanie, I'll send you the link to the 5-day challenge. It's by far, since I started being a coach 3.5 years ago when I launched Fit Mama Coaching, it is my most favorite thing that we do. It is by far, because I just love diving into this. We pray together each day before we get our session started. You can watch it on replay. You know, if you can't come live, it's all good. Lots of value in there. So I love it. Okay, what foods do we want to eat? Okay, we already talked about the negative. We already talked about the foods that cause negative, that cause us to be tired, brain fog, energy low, all the things, inflammation. So what will help boost my brain function? What foods can I eat and incorporate that are good for my brain, that cause create a lot of brain health, boost my energy naturally just with my food choices? So complex carbs, aka grains, already talked about the negative of white grains, white pastas, white breads, white rices. So just flip that. Positive carbs, complex carbs are like whole grains, like brown rice. Quinoa is one of my favorite. Oats, whole wheat bread is one of my favorite. Quinoa, I'll post a picture of it in here, Stephanie. I use a lot of quinoa. You can get it in like the baking section of the grocery store. It just comes in a little bag. They look like little bird seeds. You can put it in things, or I just put it in my rice cooker and it makes it for me. And then like this week, my lunches, and my husband's trying to call me. So if I pause for a second, he's going to have to wait. Like quinoa for me, I put it in my rice cooker. And for my lunches this week, I have quinoa as my good complex carb. And then I have peas, I put peas this week, I think, and then ground turkey, all mixed together. I put some hot sauce on it, and it's so good. Quinoa has protein in it. It has good quality fiber, but and then it also has some healthy omega fats, and it gives you your carb sources for fuel, but it also helps regulate your blood sugar. So you guys, fiber is very important. And that's also why whole grains are important, because there's fiber in them. Fiber helps you stay fuller longer. Fiber helps you go to the bathroom regularly. Fiber helps you with weight loss. Fiber helps you with regulating your blood sugars. Okay. AKA keeps your energy at a sustained level instead of like the ups and then the downs. Okay. Fatty fish, healthy fats are very important, guys. Healthy fats, and I say fatty fish like salmon is one of my favorites, right? Fishes that are high in omega-3s, or take an omega-3 fatty acid supplement if you guys are lacking some fat. Fats are really great for your brain health. Okay, omega-3s can improve your cognitive performance, but what I also really want to hone in on, ladies, is our healthy fats are important. Why? Because our healthy fats are also important for our hormone health. Okay, put hormone health in the comments. Ladies that you're coaching with us, obviously we give you your macros, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. And fat is very important. Like I just had a conversation with somebody the other day that was trying to go so low in fat. That's damaging. That's not good for us. We have to have healthy fat. What is a healthy fat? Okay, it can be your fish, like I talked about. It could be avocados. Avocados is on the list. It's a good healthy fat to help you with all the things we're talking about today. Coconut oil, one of my favorite things. I make salmon and I spread coconut oil, like I melt it. I melt coconut oil in the microwave and then I spread it all over on the top of my salmon. So it's going to be obviously cooked into the salmon. And then I put, I like lemon pepper. I just sprinkle lemon pepper on top of my salmon, cook it for about 30 minutes on 375. Boom. It comes out so good. And I get a big fillet because we eat on it. And then I put the rest as for some snacks, or not snacks, for some meals in the rest of the day. I love that. I'll have to try that Cajun seasoning. So hormone health is huge too. We're healthy fats. So again, nuts and seeds. Okay. Nuts and seeds are also really good to have in your nutrition. Okay. Again, almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seed. Those are some of my favorite ones. flaxseed and chia seed, good omega healthy fats. You can put it in your water. I used to put chia seed in my water back when I worked at the gym. I haven't done that in a long time. They do kind of have a texture. So if you're a texture person, you might want to mix it in like your salad or mix it in your protein shake or mix in your oatmeal. Flaxseed, I love. I like the taste of that one. I usually put 1 to 2 tablespoons in my protein shake, or I'll put it on the top of my oatmeal and mix it in. Healthy fats, proteins, and fibers are so important. Again, because why? They help you regulate your blood sugar level, what helps keeps your energy up, and it helps keep your brain functioning, right? I love that, Stephanie, that you put yours in your Instapot. Blueberries, berries in general are really good for you, but blueberries are also packed with antioxidants. So blueberries are good for us. All of our leafy green vegetables, ladies, we've got to get our greens in. Veggies, the high like antioxidant veggies are like spinach, kale, broccoli. They're rich in vitamins, minerals. They support brain health. There's a lot of fiber in them, of course. So again, all of these things relate to your blood sugar levels being sustained, which helps increase your energy, but also creates your brain function, which helps keep you away from fatigue and crashes. Okay, green tea's another one. Avocado, I already talked about that one. Here's the last one on the list, ladies, and I can't stress this one enough. It's the first habit if you coach with us. It is the first habit that we focus on with women when we are coaching, and is the one we never stop working with you on. Is water. It's not a food, but it is a habit. It's a nutritional piece up to the puzzle that has to have a focus for multiple different reasons. Yes, Alita, I love it. I eat a lot of blueberries with my yogurt and momo. Same. I'm a creature of habit. I eat a lot of the same things every day. And my oatmeal in the morning always has about half a cup of blueberries on top. I love the blueberries and I love my oatmeal. So I love it. Okay, so put water in the comments. Water is so incredibly important, ladies. Staying hydrated is crucial for maintaining your optimal brain function, as well as your energy levels. Dehydration itself can lead you to decreased brain function. It can lead you to fatigue. So it's important for us to start our day with water and drink water throughout the day. Can it be annoying sometimes because you go in the bathroom all the time, especially when you first start to up your water? Yes, it can be annoying. Is it worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Why? Because water is our bodies are made up, I can't remember the percent, 80-something% of water. You need to be constantly putting water, especially right now at this time of year when it's so hot. Dehydration is real. Dehydration can cause migraines. Dehydration can cause fatigue. I know the dehydration with migraines, like we've lived it with my daughter. It triggers her. She's only 8, as well as some other issues that we've gotten corrected through chiropractic care. She was having migraines where she was at school throwing up at least twice a month, where I was having to pick her up. Well, obviously we found out some of the irregularities in her spine, which is getting corrected. And now just be able to control and maintain. But the biggest trigger was always, she doesn't drink enough water. She's 8, right? Like, and the teachers are so busy. They don't have time to tell the kids to go drink water, right? As much as I would love to say, hey, teachers, can you please remind my kids? I can't put that on the teacher. If y'all are a teacher, put teacher in the comments. I feel for y'all. Like, oh my gosh, so much respect. But water will cause migraines. Water will cause you to be tired, fatigued. Water will keep you from going to the bathroom regularly. Water will keep you from releasing weight if you're trying to lose weight. If you don't drink enough water, you hold water weight. Okay? It's the exact opposite of what most people think. Most people will think, okay, if I don't drink water, I'm not going to hold water weight. It is the opposite. When the more water you drink, you flush out the water weight that you're holding. So if you're holding on to temporary water weight because maybe you ate something high in inflammation, or maybe you worked out really hard and your body is sore, that's inflammation. That's going to be a little bit of water weight that's going to release as soon as your muscles kind of recover a little bit, right? It's not a bad thing. Water is such a crucial part of this. And if you're coaching with us and you are struggling with that, please let us know. I know, big shout out to Melissa Aaron in our coaching community, because she was struggling with this piece for a while and has now just started crushing it. And, you know, me and Anita just locked arms and gave her some extra accountability and extra love and extra support. And now she's crushing. She went from 20 ounces a day to 60, gaining consistency and going to grow from there. And she's coached with this for a while. Like, she's human. We're all human, right? It takes time. But the last thing that I want to say here is this. If you struggle with inflammation or fatigue, you're always tired, you're always in a brain fog, instead of like running to coffee or caffeine or, and again, like I have a freaking drink that I love and I drink, it tastes like grape, but I drink it every day, kind of midday as my little afternoon bump, but it also has a ton of vitamins and it helps support, you know, a lot more than just giving me energy. But don't just rely on products. Don't just rely on coffee. The biggest mistake I made in my, years, about 4 to 5 years ago, is I lived on coffee and fumes. I skipped food all the time. I skipped workouts all the time. I drink 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day looking for my energy from it. And I never got any. I was always still tired, moody, exhausted, fatigued, and so many other things. And if you've ever heard my full story, I'll share it on a different day, but it was the game changer. You can't just rely on caffeine to get your energy. I want you to, next time you're tired and you're fatigued, ask yourself 2 questions. How much water have I drank today? And if you're really low, get to chugging, okay? Because it's one of the most important things and the number one thing that you can actually start to feel better as soon as you start to hydrate your body. You will notice a difference. And the number 2 thing, ask yourself, what did I eat recently? What was the last thing I ate? Why? Because you very likely could find your answer based on what you ate. Okay, maybe I ate refined sugars. Maybe I ate a donut. Maybe I ate, one of those heat and eat meals Angela keeps talking about, telling us to stay away from, right? And if you did, it's a learning lesson. Don't beat yourself up for it. Just learn from it and think, okay, when you start to become aware of how you feel, and then when you feel like crap, you go back and look at your food and your water intake and ask yourself, okay, what am I doing here? Then you're going to start to make the changes in your nutrition because you'll start to shift your mind thinking, okay, my food is my instructions today. This is going to make me feel phenomenal. This is going to make me feel like crap. Which road do I want to go down today, right? Like we want to feel good. Okay. So I can't stress it enough, you guys. I love it. For lunch, I'll have a third of sea salt pumpkin seeds, apricot frozen, unsweetened water. I love that, Stephanie. Water is so crucial. And if you're someone that doesn't like water, add some flavor to it. Get some flavor. Just try to find a flavor that maybe doesn't have sucralose or aspartame, and maybe one that has stevia. Or cut up fresh fruit and put fruit in it, right? Starting your day with it. I know Anita coaches this very well. And I do it myself as well too, personally. I start with water in the mornings. I get up and I start chugging my first bottle of water first thing in the morning, before coffee, before anything. It helps me get ahead of the day, so I'm not trying to play catch up and drink so much water at the end of the day, okay? So again, if you're always feeling tired and fatigued, we even offer just 10-minute little coaching calls with one of our coaches. If you're in that place, that call can lead you to just giving you some suggestions, leading you to some free resources we have in this community, or connecting you to me. If coaching is something more of what you want to talk about, we can talk about that for sure. So I can give you options and get you started, right? If you decide to sign up. But the biggest thing is here, I want you to leave you today with remembering with it what your food is your instructions. So put instructions again in the comments because I want that to set in. Your food is your instructions, how you're going to feel and function that day. You want to feel good, make wise choices, right? Make sure you're eating enough, make sure you're staying hydrated. Stay away from the things that we talked about. And if you missed what I talked about, then you can definitely go back and watch the beginning of this video. And then the last thing, again, our 5 days to a fat loss mindset challenge starts on the 17th. If you're already a coaching client of ours, remember, you guys get all that stuff for free. You can be in the challenge for free. If you want to be in it, just reach out to me. If you're a client of ours, just reach out to me personally, and I'll make sure that you get an invite to join the group. We don't start till the 17th, so there's no hurry, but I definitely want you guys in there. Even if you've done it again and again and again and again, I think it's important for you to be in there, because even if you only watch 1 or 2 videos that we're doing while we're in there, you get the community, you get the fun, you get the remember this. If you've never done it, put challenge in the comments if you want to do it, because again, it's only $37 to join it. And you're in an exclusive community where we run this challenge. We do giveaways every day. We give away one of our programs. Okay. And then we also share some different opportunities that are usually discounted with some extra fun bonuses inside that challenge. That you're only if you're in the challenge are you going to get the offer to save money on some coaching. And that's it. That's all I got, you guys. I hope y'all got value today. If you did, put value in the comments just so I know. I want to make sure that we're always bringing value to you in this community. We do want to step up and do more inside this group. More things around food, maybe drop some recipes in here once in a while. Maybe drop some workout tips and videos in here once in a while. Tomorrow, one of our coaches will be live. You know, I typically go live in here once a week, and one of our coaches go live on Thursdays, so that you guys are just getting some knowledge. But meal plan for you, Salita. I'm going to do it right now. Meal plan for you, and I'm going to drop some. I have some anyway. I was already on my mind that I wanted to put in our VIP group. So I've got some sample meal plans that will be broken down into macros, so you can see the protein, carbs, and fat, and you can get some ideas for y'all's meals. So, yep, that's all I got. You guys, y'all have an amazing day. If y'all need anything, you've got questions, the easiest thing to do really is just to send me a message, and we can chat about anything that you want to chat about. And yeah, Tessa, absolutely. In our VIP group, I'm going to post them now in there. There's some sample meal plans I want to give you guys that are broken down into macros. It may not be perfect to your specific macro, but it'll be close. And you can get some ideas from it. So that's it. Y'all have an amazing day. Love y'all.